And with more reaction on the indictment, we want to welcome back to Capper Review Congressman Glenn Ivey, who represents Prince George's County in Maryland. Congressman, welcome back. So from your standpoint, do you feel justice was served against Trump?
I think it's moving in the right direction. I think we're, an indictment is not a conviction, so there's a long ways to go. But I think it's important to hold him accountable. Charging him with these counts, I thought was very important, especially since it goes directly to the January 6th insurrection, but also more importantly, his effort to overthrow American democracy and steal the election. So I think it's important for us to move forward with these and aggressively prosecute them.
And do you think this indictment and all the criminal and civil cases against Trump that he's dealing with could ultimately help or hurt Democrats win back the House?
Well, I think, we're in good shape for winning back the House anyway. The Republicans, I think, have spent a lot of time and effort demonstrating that they really aren't up to the task of governing. You had the start of it where it took 15 votes just to pick the speaker, which is something that usually takes about 5 minutes, took 5 days. But more importantly, they're doing things like trying to roll back any kind of abortion rights. They're essentially trying to nationalize restrictions on abortion and reproductive rights. The push on the LGBTQ issues and attacks on DEI, I think, are totally misplaced. And, they walked the economy up to the brink with the default issue, which was damaging to the economy. In fact, we just saw they downgraded the AAA rating for the United States. And I'm also worried, frankly, going forward, that they're going to take moves to shut down the government in the fall. So it's not been a great run for them. I think it's important for Democrats to keep showing that we're pushing back. They're talking about trying to impeach President Biden. I think that's ridiculous. But also, we need to make sure we do things to roll out the economy, the things that were passed in the last Congress, the infrastructure bill, new bridges, new roads, expanding the internet, making sure we bring manufacturing back to the United States. It's important for Democrats to work with the White House to get that done.
And speaking of that, we haven't heard from President Biden yet. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know that he really needs to be getting involved in these criminal cases. He picked a special prosecutor to separate it away from his administration and any kind of political influence. And I think it's important for him to maintain that and, not speak about that case or really any of these other cases that are coming up for former President Trump. I think, the prosecutors who are handling those cases are doing more than enough to explain to the community, to the public, why these cases are moving forward, why the charges have been brought, and why I think he's going to end up being convicted for these charges.
And Congressman, at the tarmac at Reagan National, the former president labeled D.C. as a city of filth and decay. That was his one-line statement to the media. What was your reaction to that? Why do you think he chose to slam the aesthetics of D.C.?
I mean, who knows what's going on in his mind? I mean, that's sort of par for the course for Donald Trump. But, look, we just need to sort of keep our heads down, ignore all that kind of negative noise and nonsense. The prosecutors just need to keep moving forward with the cases that they brought. And I think they're going to get convictions for those. And on Capitol Hill, I think it's important for us to continue moving forward with doing the people's business. Rolling out the Bidenomics plan and making sure the American people get the assistance they need to help grow the economy and help everybody move forward.
And last question, Trump wrote on Truth Social that he's being arrested for his supporters. Does it worry you that his rhetoric will bring out more Republican voters in 2024?
I don't think so. I don't really know. I've given up on trying to figure out why so many Republicans continue to follow Donald Trump when it's clear, it's like trying to buy tickets on the Titanic. I am pleased, though, to say that, Vice President Pence and other Republicans, Christie's another one, have really started pointing out that, this kind of criminal conduct is unacceptable, certainly for anybody who wants to be president. And he shouldn't get the nomination, much less get reelected. And I think it's important beyond that to hold him accountable for what he's done in the criminal courts.
All right, Congressman Glenn Ivey, thank you.
Thank you.